Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Screeny. Pawn Stars has proven to be one of the most well-received reality shows to ever make its way to television. Rick and the gang have become household names, and Pawn Stars has permanently altered the way Americans perceive history-related content. Over the years, Rick has managed to purchase some incredible pieces of history from all over the world. So let's take a look at some of the most valuable historical items ever seen on Pawn Stars. Before we begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos about your favorite movies and TV shows. Number 7. Signed Lincoln Card. A couple of years ago, a man brought in an astonishing piece of American history, looking to sell it to Rick and the gang. In his hands, he held an Abraham Lincoln parlor card that had been signed by the president before his untimely passing. This card contained a photo that was later used as the basis for the penny and was illustrated by the same man who drew the illustrations for the $5 bill. The customer says that he found the card at an estate sale, but that the owners of the sale had no idea what they were selling. They likely believed this was just another print of the image and had no idea that the photo contained Lincoln's actual signature. Though one man's trash is another man's retirement fund.
I know you've got to make some money on it. This is the only one left, so I think a fair price is $100,000.
He says that he plans to use the funds to reinvest in his personal Lincoln collection, as he has several artifacts in mind that he would rather have, as opposed to a signature.
If I sell the card, I'm going to reinvest in my Lincoln collection.
These cards first became popular in the mid-1800s, when families would purchase them to display in their homes. Photographs were notoriously expensive at the time, so it was a big deal to be able to display a photo of the president in your home. According to the customer, this was the only remaining parlor card in civilian possession. The rest of them have been located and are now displayed in museums or private collections across the country. The man was asking for $100,000, and he claimed that this price was a bit lower than what it was worth. An expert later came in the shop and agreed, stating that this signature would likely sell for $150,000.
So, the big question, what's it worth?
You probably put a price of $150,000.
Rick and the customer eventually agreed to $100,000, and they both walked away extremely satisfied. Number 6. Where the Wild Things Are original.
These are amazing illustrations from Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. This is totally amazing.
That is cool.
Many of us grew up with a classic story, Where the Wild Things Are. The book was a major success across the globe, and several films were inspired by the legendary book. In a later season of Pawn Stars, the original Where the Wild Things Are artwork was brought into the shop for sale.
They're in great condition, which is also an amazing point to any vintage art.
This artwork is one of a kind and priceless. However, for Rick, everything has a price. He haggled with the seller and eventually settled on an incredible $250,000 for his amazing work of art and piece of history.
How about $250,000?
I can't believe I'm doing this, but you got a deal.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Sweet. It's like one of the coolest things I ever bought.
Number 5. LIBERTAS coin and medal. The half diem is widely regarded as being the first American coin ever put into production. These coins are extremely valuable, and only a handful of them still exist, as they were all melted down after they were removed from production. They were created to be given to foreign government leaders to announce the new U.S. Republic. A well-known coin collector named Walter brought the coin into the shop, seeking an appraisal and an offer. He also brought in a coin from 1781, known as the LIBERTAS medal. This medal was created to commemorate American war victories throughout the Revolutionary War. This piece is also extremely valuable, and once again, only a handful are still in existence.
The half Disney could be considered the first American coin.
Yes, very rare piece. Very rare.
Walter began negotiations for the coins at an astonishing $800,000. Rick was blown away by this asking price, and the two haggled profusely before settling on $150,000. However, Rick only wanted the LIBERTAS American medal. He was uninterested in the half diem due to its extremely high value. This offer is almost nothing compared to what Walter was asking, but it's still nothing to sneeze at. $150,000 is a ton of money. Rick seemed to walk away extremely happy with his purchase, and Walter was satisfied. Number 4. Ancient Greek Coin. An ancient Greek decadrachm coin was brought into the shop recently, with a customer asking Rick for several $1,000s for the coin. These coins were made between the years 405 and 367 BC, with most of them originating in Syracuse. These coins are extremely rare and are impressively designed for the time. Many of our coins today don't even look this magnificent. The decadrachm is one of the largest silver denominations ever produced, which is likely why the coin was designed in such a detailed way. Many of these coins have fetched hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years. It's a bit unclear if Rick wasn't convinced that he could receive such a large amount of money from the coin, or if he knowingly stiffed the customer. But the two made a deal, and the customer seemed relatively satisfied with the transaction.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 40 grand.
40,000 is fair.
Okay, all right, cool, man.
Rick will certainly make a ton of money on this one. Number 3. Earliest Super Mario Game. A few years ago, a man brought a sealed copy of the original Super Mario Bros. Video game for the Nintendo Entertainment System in, requesting that Rick purchase the game. The customer says that this game is the earliest sealed copy of the game known to exist, making it nearly priceless. Many of these games were shrink wrap sealed, but this particular example is sealed with a sticker, making it even more valuable. The game was taken into an appraiser and was given a 9.4 out of 10 A++ rating, meaning that this game is almost completely perfect and has no wrinkles, bends, folds, or creases to be found. The man completely stumped Rick when he revealed his asking price of $1 million.
But I would sell it for $1 million.
$1 million.
Yep.
Rick had no idea how to value the game, and he ended up having to call in an expert from WTWTA. The expert arrived at the shop and informed Rick that this specific copy of the game is the most important piece of video game history to have ever passed through the doors of WTWTA. The game was revealed to have been from the test market of the NES, before mass production taking place in America. The game was dated somewhere between 1985 and 1986, but no one can be sure when it was created. No other first or second prints of the game are known to still be sealed to this day, with this game being considered a second print. Only 10,000 of these games are known to exist, and this is the only sealed example that has ever been found. The fact that it has also remained in such immaculate condition is completely unheard of. In the end, Rick was unable to offer the man anything for the game, as he simply didn't know enough about it to be able to invest such a large amount of money.
There's a big business in these right here, and I'm not going to get into it with this kind of figures to start with.
I understand.
Number 2. Egyptian Mummy Mask.
Look at that, some mummy's missing its mask.
Dr. Phineas Castle was called on to Pawn Stars to validate an incredibly rare and interesting piece of history. A customer brought in what was expected to be an authentic Egyptian mummy's mask and was asking a whopping $30,000 for the item. Dr. Phineas informed the shop owners that the piece was in fact real. However, he only valued the item at $22,000. The customer vehemently denied this appraisal and stood his ground at $30,000. Eventually, Corey agreed with the man and offered him the full asking price, as he wanted to display this mask in his private collection.
All right, you want 30 for it? I'll do 30 right now.
Right now, $30,000.
$30,000.
My man, you got a deal.
All right, deal.
Number 1. 1941 Gibson guitar.
It's beautiful, it's rare, and it was owned by a rock and roll legend.
A customer brought a genuine piece of rock and roll history into the shop. A 1941 Gibson SJ200 acoustic guitar that was estimated to be worth over $100,000.
The guitar on its own is probably worth anywhere between 75 and 90 grand just by itself.
The guitar was owned by the one and only Stephen Stills, a legendary musician. The guitar alone was worth around $90,000, but the fact that it was owned by Stephen Stills at around $30,000 to the value, making the total of this guitar $120,000. Rick and the customer settled on a price of $85,000, and Rick was pleased to have the guitar enter his collection of music memorabilia. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos on your favorite TV shows, and tap one of the 2 videos on screen for another amazing video.